Hello, in this video we are going to look at another two features of Java which were introduced after Java 1.5. The first one we're going to look at is called var arguments. So what's var arguments? Let's take a look at this method. Test var arg. Take a look at this. We have seen this one, like student dot dot dot. What does that one means? That one means an array of student. That's all it means. So it's equivalent to a student's bracket there. So that just means array of students. That's a data type with 3 dots there. You see, I can just treat students as an array of students because I can ask this array for its length. I can loop through this array and display everything. So whenever you see some data type dot dot dot, that just means array of that data type. So why this new feature is useful? Let's take a look. Why don't we just say students bracket, say array of student? Why do we say it this way? So now let's take a look at how do we invoke this method. When we invoke this method, we can say test arg. You see, in this case, remember students is an array of students, and bracket 0 is the first student in array of students. I can give it one student because this one says you can give me any number of students. So dot 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 means you can give me any number of students. So here I just gave it one student. Assume if my prototype is written as array of student, even when I only have one student, I need to put it inside the array, then invoke this method. Otherwise it won't compile because this one says give me an array of student. But instead here we say give me one or more students, any number of students. So I can just give it one student. I don't have to pack it in an array to invoke this method. So it's more convenient. So the compiler is doing something for you. Then let's take a look at this format of invocation. We gave it two students. So that match perfectly. You say some number of students, I give you two students. Again, I don't have to pack the two students in an array to invoke this method. So that's a point part called a var argument. It's really your friend. It saves you some trouble. And another very convenient feature is called autoboxing. So let's take a look at the autoboxing. In Java, we have pretty much the category of data type. One category is a primitive data type and another category is a user created data type. For example, string is user created data type, a student is user created data type, and int, double, float, char, they're primitive data type. And in Java, we really want everything to be object because that provides a unified view. But primitive type, they are not objects. In Java, we have a bunch of classes. We call them bridge classes. Sometimes people call them bridge classes. I mean, for int, okay. So for int, we have integer. For double, we have uppercase double. For char, we have uppercase char. So those, like for every primitive data type, we have a corresponding class type for it, like int got integer. And in Java 1.5 and before, you have to box up your primitive data type int to an integer when you need to use them. What does that one mean? So for example, when I use the collection framework, I say I want a list of integer. I cannot have a list of int. That simply doesn't work because collection framework doesn't deal with primitive data type. So we have to say a list of integer. So if you're asking for a list of integer, later on when you add, you have to add an integer instead of an int. So in the previous version of Java, we have to say add new integer, pass in this 10 so that it boxes it into an integer object. Then we can add it. So, but here in this 1.5 and later, like now it's 1.6 version of Java, they provide this feature called autoboxing. So the compiler will recognize, say, when you add 10, oh, you want to use it as an integer. I'll box it up for you. You don't have to do that. And later on, when I retrieve it, you see when I say int list.get the second element in the list, it should give me back an integer object. But when I add 10, the compiler recognizes, oh, you want to treat it as an int, so it will do the unboxing for us. So everything happens behind the scenes. So it's very convenient, this auto boxing feature. Thank you.